Hello Taurus, and welcome to your March reading. So let's check it out what's going on in the upcoming month. For first and foremost, we have full moon in Virgo. You are a sister sign, so this might actually affect you around the 9th. I'm going to see in the cards. I'm going to tell you exactly if and how. We are also getting out of Mercury retrograde, and some of you are saying, yay! You know, Mercury retrograde with all these pesky annoyances with transportation and stuff can be really good for catching up with the old business, especially if you have, let's say, legal things. If you're a student, you need to kind of like study something. It's like too many cards. I usually pick up if there are a few. And basically, you still have until the 10th to do that, because it's going to be very productive and you're going to really find lots of ways to get through it. You got the Sun reversed. That was a jumper. This is a really good card, whether it's upright or reversed. It might even be better reversed if you don't like highly exposed sun. It's basically talking about something being light being shed on it, and maybe there's like something that you need to find out, or some information is needed for you in order to proceed, and that information will arrive. So whatever it is, we're going to find out. So let's see, Taurus for March. The bottom card is King of Cups. I have this King of Cups, a lot happening in this monthly readings, and I guess this is because it's a Pisces transition, so we all have to go through that. Pisces transition is generally for the rest of us who are not Pisces, kind of like going through the phase where appearances are important. There's like lots of costumes, there's lots of Hollywood-like things, if you wish, where we really need to kind of like assess things differently. That sometimes is the time of illusion. People are able to sell us something that looks great. I got one of those beautiful planetariums for a home, and I said, yeah, I can't wait. And then I waited for this to arrive. And then, hey, you have to assemble it yourself. So, oh, holy moly, right? That's kind of stuff where the end result is not kind of matching your expectations. It can be time of jealousy. Mind you, this king is amazing. It could be somebody coming to your life. It could be water sign, could be Pisces in particular, or have that element currently in their chart. It is really somebody who is gentle, who is willing to listen to you, who is willing to guide you, who is going to be just the right amount of pushy and softy. So it's kind of like things that we usually need when we are down, or the person that we really relax with. At the same time, this person, while really great marriage material, many people overlook initially because that's not a flamboyant person, male or female. Ooh, we are opening here with 9 of Swords. It feels like you're getting it from all sides. It feels like you're trying to figure out in which direction you leave and what do you do. To me, this is like a wash machine, kind of like a repeat, rinse and repeat kind of a thing. You just keep spinning and spinning, and those thoughts are swerving. So there's like something that you're worried about. And maybe it could be just simply how to basically express something, right? Because you're earth sign, you are not necessarily as blunt as air signs are, when all the words are just flowing out and then you realize, well, maybe I shouldn't have said it, right? You guys are really measuring your words. You are really trying to apply that filter, and sometimes you're stuck. Sometimes like it's between the rock and the hard place where you need to say something, and at the same time you feel, if I do that, it's going to affect the other person in a relationship. So let's see about that. And you are having here Knight of Swords. It's reversed, so clearly it's going to be, or it was already, some kind of harsh exchange. This also could represent somebody in authority, or somebody who is demanding some kind of deadlines, somebody who is demanding certain way of proceeding forward, right? We have 8 of Pentacles over here, which is kind of like concerned with the details. This is clearly telling me, guys, that you are going to have a difficult full moon. So get yourself ready for it. And how to ease it, it's really simple. You kind of like focus on elements of your life that you don't want. And yes, I did say that. I know it's really weird because that's one time where you get rid of them. But you don't get rid of them by saying, I don't want them. You get rid of them in saying, I am going to clean my life off. And then the list. And then the night comes, you burn that. You do not take pictures or anything. You just spend a little kind of like ritual, a little bit connection with it, and just like you imagine as this is burning, that this is kind of going away. So you're letting know your guides and universe, hey, you need to work on that. That's why I'm sending you a signal. I'm sending you these fire signs. I said so, right? Very important, because I can see that you guys are going to get organized, that you're putting your affairs in order, you're putting things in order, you are finding the information that you need. It was some kind of friendship. Maybe you have opened the door to someone. You feel, I have been very nice to this person, or I have been nice to someone, or simply just a nice person over here, and I don't deserve what's happening over here. It kind of like, it feels like you offered a hand to someone and somebody just jumped it. This actually could be that you are this King of Cups over here, that you have been that soft place to fall for someone, and you have been there for them, but when the tables turned, they just kind of like were not interested. Now we have the Queen of Wands. This could be you. This could be a person coming to your life, which indicates dating, which indicates, but this can also indicate legal processes. Queen of Wands could be a lawyer, because this is a general reading. Male, female doesn't really matter over here. We have assertive women and we have soft men, so both of them kind of like work in this particular situation. It's also, guys, always good to check your ascendant and check your moon sign in addition to your sun sign, so you get more aspects that are pertinent, so you get more messages. So what I see here with Queen of Wands, we are talking about somebody assertive. We are talking about somebody who has a goal in mind, who maybe you're going to go through some shakedown, let's put it this way, and you're going to get into the phase and saying, I don't care anymore of anything. I really need to go toward my own goals. That kind of like really would work that way out. I mean, if I really look, the numbers that I have, I only have 11, 8 and 3. 11 is karma card, is justice. Justice balance things out. This also could actually indicate a couple that seemingly one partner is quiet, another partner is a little bit flamboyant, or like a mover and shaker, everywhere, very sociable. Other one could be a little bit more introverted. That could be of some kind of help to you, or it could be that you're dealing, like this could be like people at work, this could be people in your life, and as I said, one of them or both of them can represent you or your actions. And then we have these Two of Wands, and I really like this because look at this. We have cups, we have swords, the wands are here, and then we have a pentacle. So interestingly for you guys, you're generally looking at pentacles. This is kind of like earth sign. That's why when I saw this 8 of Pentacles, I was really happy about it. You're kind of grounding yourself, and it's on a higher level of grounding. We have like Two of Wands here. Two of Wands is like about decision that needs to be made. This decision for you is going to be between the head and heart. I really think that there's like something that pushed you out of your path, that took away the creativity. And creativity is really needed for you to move forward, whether with a person or at work. It doesn't matter. You apply to your situation, right? So there's like this decision. You are weighing pros and cons for both sides. It could be between the two people. It could be between the two jobs. It could be between being single and being with someone. Like there is like somebody who is like really weighing things out. These two cards that are mirroring each other are adding to 5, which is your card, Hierophant. And clearly this tells me this is you. And it's kind of like you are figuring out, because you're a fixed sign. As a fixed sign, you need to know your structure. You need to know your firmness. And sometimes when we build a structure, even if it's wrong, we adhere to it because we kind of like dealing with things in that fashion, right? So let's see over here. We see 10 of Cups reversed, and this is like in your house. there's like some essence of you not willing to admit that certain things bother you, and sometimes that happens in the family situations, that sometimes happens in a relationship. It tells me that some of you have your relationship affected with possibly external issues, and because it looks like internally, like finance or children issues, that kind of like seems to be working okay. But there is like some kind of external influence, or maybe you don't have the same goals, and there is a strife of for some kind of like reason. But at the same time, it could be just simply that perception, like your vision of what happy family is this, and this person's vision is this, and they don't really mash together. You want to get up early and you want to go for a walk with your dog or do the shopping, while the other person wants to be in bed until 3 p.m. It can be okay for a weekend too, 3, 5, 10, but eventually it's going to start to kind of like erode this whole balance and the connection. And this is your outside environment, and we have the Sagittarius over here. It's really interesting because Queen of Wands generally is kind of like shown as a fire sign, right? As well as Sagittarius is a fire sign, and fire is like this ability to start moving toward our goals, right? It's just like simply a process. So when the Temperance shows, and it is in your environment, it's basically what is coming toward you. I'm seeing that there's like some kind of like peace bond, balance. The opposites are now working out. Things are getting smoother. Remember how I said initially we have this Virgo full moon, and then the next day we have Mercury retrograde is finally finishing. I can see both actually dates affecting you. Around the middle of the month, you guys are going to have final clarity in kind of like how you want to organize this month and how you want to organize your affairs. It's going to feel like that you now have all the puzzles and that you can connect them. This is a really promising card. If you guys are hoping for somebody to come back, and then this card would indicate that there's like a lots of positive energy in that respect. So let's see your hopes and fears. We're seeing Ace of Pentacles, but it's reversed. In this particular house, I look at this card both upright and reversed because they're hopes and fears. So clearly, like, you want some new beginning, but you're also fearing that it's not going to happen, right? So this is extremely good card for wishing good beginnings, especially for an earth sign like you. Look at his biggest pentacle from all the pentacles in the deck, and like, you don't want any blockages. You just like really want to create something long term, something that actually is going to leave a mark, or long-term relationship, or you know, you want to create income that is going to last quite a bit of time, not just to be kind of like something that is like fall in your hands, like lottery winning is good, but as long as it's kind of like being processed properly, right? So this is all going it's interestingly that you're going like 8 and 1 is 9, and I'm seeing 10. So I'm seeing this 9-10 motion throughout your thing, so which is telling me that certain things for you guys are finishing and the other things need to start, and like you're like on that teeter-totter, like you need to transition that way. So something cannot or will not continue the way it was, or just is reaching its natural finish, and something new, a new phase has to start. This card came reversed, and we see here a kitty that is carrying all the sticks, and this is way too heavy for the poor kitty, and it's going to kind of like be something that is collapsible. But in this situation, these sticks are collapsing, and maybe the kitty is a little bit upside down, but at least if something has been, let's say, hidden, if something has felt stuck for you, it's no longer going to feel this way. The things are coming out in the light. Remember, we also got that the sun card jumping out first, which is clearly relating to this, and this is really important to take in account. So I have pulled one more card for you, and I got recovery over here. So it looks to me that there's like lots of things going on, and it could be in more areas of life than one. I'm seeing clearly that could be something career job related, as well as family and love affairs related. This is now a really interesting card. It is really talking about this key over here. So how was this key formed, right? So this lady just like walks into the room, and you know how sometimes you walk into your childhood room, all the memories just come to you. They're like buried in every single nook and cranny of your room, right? So she actually was connecting very strongly with her childhood, and it kind of brought up lots of painful memories, right? So then as she's kind of like processing all of the thoughts, she sees in the distance, right, that this like huge wooden door is basically appearing, right? And there's like this light that is really coming through it, right? So as she is trying to kind of like pull herself together and kind of like gather all her painful memories, they somehow all they melt and they form this key, right? So now she realizes this key has to go in this keyhole, so she's just putting it there, but oh my gosh, this pain and fear is like overwhelming her, right? It's just like, it feels like I just cannot do it, this is so heavy. But she pushes herself and the door opens, and all of a sudden, like all this stuff that she was experiencing kind of like dissipates, right? So there's like about that clarity over here as well, right? Because she is not just thinking about survival, and same thing with you, you're kind of thinking in actually more directions than this one. So there is a part of you guys that has been dormant, I would say. You are now ready to live, but in a kind of different way. Like, I mean, this, I guess, is speaking about being inspired. You already have friends around you that you envy on some level. Maybe you want to be as light hearted as they are, right? So you are heading somewhere where you will have no loss. You're going to leave certain things behind you. So whatever was stressing you out, whatever felt like that burden, that pain that you carried, needs to be shedded, and it's going to be shed this particular month, starting from the 9th to the 14th, guys, of this month. It might be a little bit of dark time, not just for you, for all of us. This particular month we are going to both full moon and Mercury retrograde ending, so that's kind of like a little bit confusion akin to going through the fog. But after that, like, I mean, 14 on, like from the 14th on, you guys are actually having a really good spread over here, where you'll be facing anything that you need to face. Most people don't want to face their fears, and they live all their lives with sweaty palms playing poker, and everybody knows you don't have a hand, right? So if you have been wounded, you're going to realize this is strength, and you're going to have the courage to face pain, and it's going to be some sort of awakening here, right? Well, look at this, and I'm seeing that here. So also what is really important is that is going to start to feel genuine. Like, I'm seeing this here, that you're going to have somebody this month who will actually help you connect certain things in you that have been disconnected. So this is really important to take in account. So my dear Taurus, don't forget to also check your ascendant, your sun sign, ascendant, and your moon sign, like at the very least, because that really helps to give you a little bit more information. I'm always glad and looking forward to your comments. I like to read it. We'd like to see how this really reflects your situation. And lastly, I'm looking forward to talking to you next month. I'm seeing the works are starting in front of the building, so I don't want you to hear like for the rest of it. So have a nice month. Namaste. And don't allow this kind of like nagging things as you're hearing it now to affect you this month, because you're kind of moving forward in a really nice way. All the best, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Love you.